Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 15th of February 2025. February 15th is celebrated as International Engelmann Day, International Childhood Cancer Day, and Singleness Awareness Day. International Engelmann Day raises awareness of Engelmann syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that affects the speech development and mobility, encourages research into the condition. International Childhood Cancer Day is celebrated internationally on February 15th. Single Awareness Day, celebrated on the 15th as the protest against Valentine's Day, started by a high school student who wanted to celebrate singleness instead of feeling sad about being single. Now, starting the newspaper with the world news, including a slimy texture pressured my face, memory levels being tripled in Wales' mouth. Barack Obama's Valentine's Day post sheds divorce theories. Here's what he wrote. White House shares the Valentine's Day message, but it has a Trump twist. Entry for Solomon Jabanzu bans unaccompanied male visitors. After harassment complaints, Trump key to ending a Russia-Ukraine war will meet Putin only after peace plan negotiation with the United States, European Union, and Zelensky. US VP J.D. Vance criticizes European leaders over threat from within, says freedom is in danger. Now, starting the newspaper with the Hindu, a Munich Security Conference, J.D. Vance tells Zelensky US wants lasting peace. United States Vice President J.D. Vance, second right, and United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio, third right, meet with the Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, second left, during a bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference in Munich, Germany, Friday, February 14, 2025. J.D. Vance told Europe to step up on bolstering its own defense to allow Washington to focus on threats elsewhere in the world. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance pledged on Friday, February 15, 2025, that Washington sought to secure a lasting peace as he held a peace meeting with Ukraine's leader Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss Donald Trump's push for a deal with Moscow. American Airlines jet collision. Helicopter crew in a collision with the plane may not have heard key instructions from tower. Rescue and salvage crews pull up a part of Army Black Hawk helicopter that collided mid-air with an American Airlines jet at a wreckage site in a Potomac River from Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Investors say the crew of the Army helicopter that collided with with an American Airlines jet near Washington, the crew of the Army helicopter that collided in a mid-air with an American Airlines jet near the Washington D.C.'s Ronald Reagan National Airport, may have had inaccurate altitude readings in the moments before the crash, and also may not have heard key instructions from the air traffic controllers to move behind the plane, investigators said Friday, February 14, 2025. Now, going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that F-35 pitch puts some focus on Indian Air Force modernization. The United States joint statement made a mention of the fifth-generation fighters in the context of defense technology cooperation. New Delhi is India and the United States reaffirmed their commitment to a dynamic defense partnership during a Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States. President Donald Trump's announcement on Thursday that America is paving the way for India to get the F-35 stealth fighters emerged as one of the biggest takeaways. Putting the F-35 on the table is significant on three counts. India is firmly pushing ahead with an ambitious plan to develop an indigenous fifth-generation stealth fighter or the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA. Russia has offered to jointly produce its Su-57 stealth fighter in the country, and the Indian Air Force IAF has been scouting for 114 multi-role fighter aircraft. Starting this year, we will be increasing military sales to India by many millions of dollars. We are also paving the way to ultimately provide F-35 stealth fighters, Trump said at a joint media briefing with Modi, who said America had an important role to play in India's defense preparedness. MAGA and MEGA meet to make MEGA. Modi said. United States President Donald Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi shake hands at the White House. Prime Minister Modi declared that United States President Trump's vision of Make America Great Again, MAGA, and his own idea of Make India Great Again, MEGA, can translate into a mega partnership. With the two leaders unveiling an ambitious new plan, the US-India Compact for the 21st century in Washington, D.C. on Thursday evening Eastern Time, Friday morning Indian Standard Time. Compact, the abbreviation for the catalyzing opportunities for military partnership, accelerated commerce and technology, will serve as the basis of India's ties with the second Donald Trump's administration and is a clear and interconnected blueprint that ties together relations based on a deeper defense, energy, trade, investment, technology, innovation, people-to-people ties. It also envisages stronger regional partnerships in India's neighborhood across the Indo-Pacific, West Asia, and Western Indian Ocean, and it has a clear timelines and lays out clear outcome-oriented expectations from both the partners. Speaking at the press conference in the East Room, Modi said, "We agree that the partnership and cooperation between India and the United States can shape a better world. The people of America are aware of the President Trump's motto, Make America Great Again, or MAGA. The people of India, too, are focusing on both heritage and development as they move forward at a fast pace and with a firm resolve to ensure a developed India by 2047. Our vision for Viksit Bharat is to make India great again, or MEGA. When America and India work together, that is, when it is MAGA plus MEGA, it becomes MEGA, a mega partnership for prosperity." Maharashtra sets up a committee to draft Love Jihad law. Maharashtra set up committee to draft Love Jihad. Mumbai. On a day when the world celebrates demonstrations of love, the Maharashtra government on February 14 set up a committee under the state police chief Rashmi Shukla that has been tasked with preparing a draft for law to prevent love jihad and fraudulent or forced conversions. The state government's main aim behind the decision, according to a government officer, is to control Hindu girls getting married to Muslim men. Love jihad is a controversial term used by Hindu nationalists who believe that Muslim men are luring Hindu women to marry them and convert them to Islam in the bid to take over the country. Amit Shah accuses Hamad Soren of land and love jihad, promises white paper and demography. According to a government resolution GR issued on a Friday, which was also Valentine's Day, the decision to set up a committee was taken after the many serving and former elected representatives raised concerns about the supposed innocence of love jihad, interreligious marriages, and forced conversions. The committee will study similar laws enacted by other states and prepare a draft such as legislation. It will also suggest measures to tackle the issue, said the GR. Barely court judge explains love jihad in order to sentence man to entire life in jail. The love jihad matter was last brought up by the ruling Mahayuti alliance during the Lok Sabha election campaign last year, when the Bharatiya Janata Party, as Devendra Fadnavis, the deputy chief minister at the time, claimed that the forces convergence had taken place in 14 out of 48 parliamentary segments in the Maharashtra. Several Hindu right-wing outfits as well as the BJP leaders such as Nitish Rane have been working against the love jihad. The previous Mahayuti government had also formed a committee under the Women and Child Welfare Minister at the time to take up supposed cases of love jihad, but it did not make much headway. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, why work gas rather than oil could be road to raising India's energy imports from the United States. January to November 2024, India imported 5.12 million TN LNG from United States, 20% of overall energy imports. President Donald Trump speaks alongside the Prime Minister Narendra Modi during a new conference in the East Room of the White House on Thursday. Reserve Bank of India clamps curbs on India Cooperative Bank. Our depositors queuing up outsiders branch. This is the first major action against the Cooperative Bank of Maharashtra after the collapse of Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank due to the large-scale fraudulent loans. The bank has a network of 30 branches and a deposit base of Rs 2,436 crore as of March 2024. Doubling bilateral trade to $500 billion, Delhi will have to pick up a threat from Trump 1. This is not the first time the two countries are discussing a trade deal, or during the Trump's first term in the 2017-2021, Washington had expressed its willingness to negotiate a broad trade agreement with India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during a meeting with the United States President Donald Trump at the White House in Washington, D.C., USA, Union External Affairs Minister Ajay Shankar and the NSA Ajit Doval are also seen. Now going to the science and tech, we have humans putting Himalayan hangul deer under the stress during a mating birthing seasons. Himalayan hangul deer are under stress, find CSIR CCMB scientists. The research team found the male hangul to be exhibited as synchronized rutting or mating season from October to December, while the female showed dispersed oestrus cycles, suggesting multiple opportunities for conception, explained Dr. Homeopathy. Scientists at the CSIR Center for the Cellular and Molecular Biology (CCMB) have highlighted the need for minimizing human disturbances such as livestock grazing and herder movement during the mating and birthing seasons for the population recovery of the hangul deer living in the Himalayas. They deduced this after conducting an extensive research led by the chief scientist G. Homeopathy and his team at Laboratory for the Conservation of the Endangered Species Lacunas to study the reproductive patterns and physiology of the deer species to help in their conservation. The scientist team, which included Tanshri Srivastava, Javed Hamid, Vinod Kumar, Harika Sego, and Sneha Narayan Moonmin Arjun, and Karthian Vasudevan, spent more than a year 2019 to 2020 in the cold upper Himalayan regions to study the animals whose numbers have dwindled to just 300 to 350 now. Once again, 17% is undergoing treatment for Guillain-Barré syndrome (GBS). Once again, Guillain-Barré syndrome in Andhra Pradesh, says officials. Guillain-Barré syndrome is an autoimmune disease, and the symptoms are muscle weakness, loss of sensation in legs or arms, and problems swallowing or breathing. Situation is not alarming, says Health Special Chief Secretary, adding that all the GGHs have adequate stocks of 4 immunoglobulin and the treatment is covered under NTR Vaidya Seva scheme. 17 people are undergoing treatment for Guillain-Barré syndrome (GBS) in the different government general hospitals (GGHS) in Andhra Pradesh as of Friday, according to the information shared by the Health Special Chief Secretary M.T. Krishna Babu. The GBS patients are undergoing treatment at the GGH Vizingaran, 1% KGH Vishakhapatnam, GGH Kakinada, GGH Vijayawada, and GGH Kantur, and GGH Anantapura. As of now, no incidence of the GBS Guillain-Barré syndrome cases has been reported from any particular geographical area, village, or municipal wards. Mr. Krishna Babu said that the 53 GBS cases were reported in the state between the November 1st, 2024 and February 14, 2025. Despite low prevalence, USAID shut down to affect HIV projects in various Indian pockets. Stop HIV, Stop AIDS. USAID is an implementing partner for PEPFAR with another United States government agency, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), are providing technical support. With a view to assist India's goal to eliminate HIV by 2030, International Fund Agency USAID had received a sanction to extend the 5-year grant for the regional operational plan of the United States government's project PEPFAR, President Emergency Relief Fund for AIDS, by 2 more years until 126 days before the agency was approved to suspend operations by the Trump government. The fight for intersex rights to India, a medical ethics and social injustice perspective. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 1.7% of the global population is born with the intersex traits, although this figure may be higher due to underreporting. Intersex individuals born with the physical or biological sex characteristics that do not fit the typical definition of male or female continue to face numerous challenges, including non-consensual surgeries, lack of recognition, and misclassification as transgender or HERA. In India, the struggle of intersex individuals is particularly acute, with a lack of awareness, education, and recognition perpetuating the stigma and marginalization. The science of intersex is complex, encompassing a range of variations in sex characteristics, including the chromosomes, gonads, sex hormones, and the genitalia. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, approximately 1.7% of the global population is born with the intersex traits, although this figure may be higher due to the underreporting. Intersex conditions can arise from the genetic, hormonal, or environmental factors and many manifest in various ways, such as chromosomal variations, gonadal variations, hormonal variations, and genital variations. For example, congenital adrenal hyperplasia (CAH) is a common intersex condition where the adrenal glands produce excessive amounts of androgens, leading to the development of the male characteristics in females. Intersex athletes. The complexities of the sex, gender, and sex characteristics are particularly evident in the context of intersex athletes. Regulatory bodies such as the International Association of Athletics Federation (IAAF) have implemented rules governing the participation of female athletes with the intersex traits in women's events. These rules require female intersex athletes to undergo the medical tests and treatments to reduce their testosterone levels in order to be eligible to compete. These rules have been criticized for being discriminatory and invasive and for failing to recognize the complexities of intersex traits. Experts argue that a more announced approach is necessary, one that takes into account the diverse experiences of intersex individuals and promotes inclusivity and respect. Despite the diversity of the intersex experiences, many individuals face similar challenges, including non-consensual medical interventions and social stigma. Non-consensual surgeries and medical interventions can cause significant harm, both physically and psychologically. The medical community has a crucial role to play in addressing the issues faced by intersex individuals and prioritizing their bodily anatomy and well-being. Medical ethics. According to that, the medical ethics surrounding the intersex individuals are complex and multifaceted. The principles of the autonomy, beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice must be carefully considered when providing medical care to intersex individuals. The American Academy of the Pediatrics, AAP, World Health Organization, and other medical organizations have acknowledged the harm caused by the non-consensual surgeries and recommend a more nuanced approach prioritizing the individual's well-being and autonomy. Lack of response to pill. The Indian government repeated failure to respond the critical public interest litigation pill filed by me at the Supreme Court of India is glaring in this regard. Despite 4 opportunities, the government has neglected to provide a response, with the most recent instance occurring on the February 3rd. This bill, Gopi Shankar M versus Union of the India, seeks to address long-standing issues faced by intersex individuals in India. The petition demands recognition of intersex individuals and an end to non-consensual surgeries and increased awareness and education about the intersex issues. On the month of April 8, 2024, three-judge bench led by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, served notices to over the 7 government departments and agencies, emphasizing the importance of the government's response in determining the future of intersex individuals in India. Now, from tech, we have artificial intelligence could let the people to converse with the departed loved ones, as digital twins may make them immortal. Sebastian Turin, founder of Google X. With the digital twin, people will also be able to attend the meetings and work from remote locations. Approximately 60% of current jobs may disappear, but far more new jobs will emerge as a result of artificial intelligence and other technologies. AI could, one day, allow people to continue conversations with their loved ones after a 50-year death, said Sebastian Turin, a founder of the Google X, on Thursday in Bangalore. With the digital twin, people will also be able to attend the meetings and work from the remote locations, said Mr. Turin, who led the development of the Google self-driving car. He is also known for his work on probabilistic algorithms in robotics, with application including robot localization and robotic mapping. Participating at a session on the pioneering AI from the imagination to real-world impact and global investors meet organized by the government of Karnataka, he spoke about the evolving role of AI and its impact on regulations, job markets, and people's everyday life. Indian AI model is a local language viability faces content availability barrier. The creation of Indic language datasets of a homegrown AI model that may be substantially useful, therefore would depend on the better availability of the Indian language data. As India aspires to create a foundational AI model of its own, a key use of case being able to natively handle local language content is facing a scarcity of data in the regional language for training such models. A key goal of Indian startups and the India AI mission has been to create a foundational large language model that is tuned into Indian language. There has so far been a tall order as the amount of the Indian language content online, a key source of the training data in English, which is what most foundational models like OpenAI and Google's primarily work with, has been a fraction of other well-represented languages. The English data was entirely natural. Vivekananda Pania, the co-founder of the Revival in Language Technologies, referring to the online data that try most existing foundational models. Mr. Pani has engaged policymakers and tech companies on driving more local language interest use in India for over a decade, and has persisting concerns over the penetration of local language internet use. Open CEO, Apple CEO Tim Cook announces newest family member for February 19. Apple CEO Tim Cook announces new family for February 19. In the launches indeed for the iPhone SE4, Apple aims to generate buzz and attract attention before the start of MWC 2025. Apple CEO Tim Cook announced the launch of a new Apple device on Thursday, February 13, 2025 through X, formerly Twitter. He tweeted, "Get ready to meet the newest family of the member of the family." The announcement has led to speculation about the launch of the iPhone SE4, which is expected to be unveiled on February 19. However, Apple has not provided any further details about the upcoming event. Mr. Cook only shared a glowing Apple logo in the metallic finish. If the launch is indeed for the iPhone SE4, Apple aims to generate buzz and attract attention before the start of Mobile World Congress MWC 2025, which begins on March 4th. At last, there's a famous Albanian Indian Catholic nun who is famous for his famous name, that is Mother Teresa. Also, the full name is Mary Teresa Bojaziho, born on 26th of August 1910 up to 5 September 1997, better known as Mother Teresa or Saint Teresa, was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun, founder of the Missionaries of Charity, and is a Catholic saint. Born in Skopje, then the part of the Ottoman Empire, she was raised in the devotedly Catholic family. At the age of 18, she moved to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto, and later to India, where she lived most of her life and carried out her missionary work. On the 4th of September 2016, she was canonized by the Catholic Church as Saint of Teresa of Calcutta. The anniversary of her death of 5 September is now observed as her feast day. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of the Charity, a religious congregation that was initially dedicated to serving the poorest of the poor in the slums of the Calcutta. Over the decades, the congregation grew to operate in over 133 countries as of 2012, with more than 4,500 nuns managing homes for those dying from the HIV/AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis, as well as the running soap kitchens, dispensaries, mobile clinics, orphanages, and schools. Members of the order take over vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, and also profess a fourth vow to give wholehearted free service to the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa received several honors, including the 1962 Moraman Magsaysay Peace Prize and the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. Her life and work have inspired books, documentaries, and films. Her authorized biography, written by Navin Chawla, was published in 1992, and on 6th of September 2017, she was named as a co-patron of a Roman Catholic and Archdiocese of Calcutta alongside the St. Francis Xavier. However, she was also a controversial figure, drawing the criticism for her staunch opposition to abortion, divorce, and contraception, as well as for the condition and lack of the medical care or a pain relief in her houses for dying. Mother Teresa says a very famous quotation. She says that a sacrifice to be real must cost, must hurt, must empty ourselves. The fruit of silence is prayer. The fruit of prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love. The fruit of love is service. The fruit of service is peace. Okay, thank you.